Hello and welcome to your monthly numerology here at Readings at the Round Table. I'm Jennifer and this is your monthly numerology for November 2024. I love this. I do. I love that the numerology for November and December is always the same monthly numerology as it is in January and February of the next year. The reason why I love that is because we're sort of carrying over a little bit of the energy from the previous year, moving into a new year with a new number, because 2025 is a 9-year. Currently, 2024 is an 8-year. 44 8-year is what I say. There's some people with numerology that don't feel that way. That's fine. To each his own. But this is a 44 8-year, and moving into 2025 is a 9-year. So it is going to be the same, but a little bit different feeling of the vibration with the numbers that you have for November as in January. So, but it's carrying the same energy over so that you can kind of clear the energy, move into something new, while still bringing a little bit of the old with you. You know, making yourself comfortable, I guess I should say. So for November, we've got a few things happening, some interesting things happening astrologically. On November 1st, we start the month off with a new moon in Scorpio. New moon in Scorpio hits its peak at 8:47 a.m. on November 1st. So not only is it happening on the first day of the month, but it's also happening first thing in the morning. So I really do love this. And by the way, that is 8:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when it hits its peak. On November 2nd, we have Mercury moving into Sagittarius. Now, this is not the worst place for Mercury, but it is certainly not its favorite place, because Mercury rules Gemini, which opposes Sagittarius. And so it's feeling a little bit uneasy because it's opposing something that it rules. However, here's the kicker. Jupiter is currently in Gemini. Guess who it rules? Sagittarius. So, and that's the more modern version of astrology. If you're looking at the traditional, it's a different ruler, but this is what we're going with. So Jupiter rules Sagittarius, Mercury rules Gemini, and they're opposing each other. So this is going to be real entertaining for a minute. That's what I'm going to go with, entertaining. On the 3rd of November, we have Mars moving into Leo. Mars does enjoy being in fire signs. I mean, it rules Aries. So Mars does enjoy being in Leo. It's a good time. On the 11th, Venus moves into Capricorn. Again, not a horrible place for Venus. Its worst place is in Virgo, and who can blame it? I mean, I have a Virgo sun. I can't blame Venus for that. But definitely, it's not a horrible place for Venus. So again, we're just still dealing with a lot of the planets are moving into places that are not the worst, but maybe not their most favorite. On the 15th, we have a full moon in Taurus. The full moon hits its peak at 4:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also on the same day, Saturn goes direct in Pisces. So that Saturn is currently in, again, not the worst place for Saturn, but certainly not its most favorite. But it's giving us a little bit of a boost on our discipline. Now that Saturn is moving direct, it's giving us just a little bit of a boost in our discipline, because going retrograde in a water sign, it's already feeling a little weird in that water sign. And now it's going retrograde. It's just like, okay, this is good. But going direct, it is going to give us that boost in our discipline that I do feel like we need. On the 19th, Pluto moves back into Aquarius. Now, I haven't looked ahead into 2025 that deeply, but I do not believe that Pluto goes retrograde into Capricorn again. I think Pluto is here stationing in Aquarius for the next 20 years. Pluto does not fully leave Aquarius until 2044. So we're in this for the long haul. Yeah, I kind of dig that. Now, on the 21st, we have the sun moving into Sagittarius. All right, Sag season. I mean, I love all those Sagittarius out there just like, oh, celebrate good times. I know, you're in it. On the 25th, we have just a little bit of a curveball, but not a huge one, because we deal with this a few times a year. Mercury goes retrograde. It's okay. We're going to be okay. We are. Just make sure you read the fine print. Make sure you double check everything. It's going to be all right. It's a few weeks out of the year. Like, what is this, the third time or the fourth time we've had Mercury retrograde this year? I know. It's not horrible, and I'm double ruled by Mercury. We can get through this. And it's after the election, so we should be clear. Hopefully. Well, the election here in the U.S., just FYI. And it's really gearing us up for this holiday season. Mercury retrograde, mix up in communication. Please double check with your guests. Please double check with everything that's going on. And please double check like prices and your money situation as we move into the holiday season. More on that in just a second. Now, at the end of the month, we're ending with 3 planets and North Node in fire. We have 3 planets and South Node in air. 2 planets in earth and 2 planets in water. So it's pretty balanced. I mean, we're in a pretty balanced situation, I feel like. More so than we have been like some parts of this year. But I'm really digging this. I feel like this is going to be a fantastic month. Now, I want to tell you about the stone that I have picked for this month. Or maybe it picked me. I don't know. But I want to talk to you about this lovely, lovely crystal stone, however you want to put it, and see what you think. Okay, so the one that I picked is sodalite. Sodalite is such a fantastic stone. I mean, look at this. Look at how gorgeous this is. And look at how many different sorts of like, I want to say like variations we have. Okay, we have some darker ones, we have some lighter ones with more of the white veining in it. I have some rough and some polished here, some smooth. This is like one of the prettiest like examples. I love this. Look at the browns and the blacks and the whites and the blues, and it predominantly is a blue stone. But wow, 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 wow. The thing about this bracelet I really want to show you is, do you see like all the variations that are in this bracelet? That is fantastic examples of like all the variations that you can get in sodalite. I know. And this, I can't help it. I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? I know you can see the reflections of my lights, but isn't that just a gorgeous piece? And of course, we have like the ones that are, don't roll off. Don't roll off. Stay right there. We have the lighter ones that does have, you can still see the little bit of brown in it, but the lighter ones are still, I mean, so pretty. I even brought out a wand, you know, a wand, a heart, some polished, some of the more like rough stones. I have a lot of these. I really like sodalite. So let me tell you why I like sodalite so much. So one of the things that I really, when I was looking up, and I got several different books here. One book that I pulled from was Crystal Therapy by one woman that we don't speak of a lot. And the other one is Judith Lukomsky. I think I'm saying that right, but Crystal Therapy. It is a fantastic book if you can get your hands on it. The definition that I really love is helps you release control issues, increases psychic awareness, and is wonderful. It is a wonderful third eye stone. Seriously, that is fantastic. And I think that releasing control issues during this time of Mercury going retrograde is going to be really important. It also helps clear electromagnetic stress. So being around like your computers or being on your phone all the time or having to use your GPS, this is a good time to like use some of this stuff. Use sodalite to help clear out some of this stuff. This is great for building self-esteem, self-acceptance, self-trust. It relieves panic attacks, phobias, guilt, mental confusion. I think that is amazing. I really do. This stone helps to stimulate the pineal and pituitary glands, and it harmonizes with the third eye and deepens meditation to understand the circumstances in which you find yourself. Again, we're entering into the holiday season, especially here in the U.S. because we have Thanksgiving before we run into Christmas. It helps to eliminate confusion and intellectual bondage. It releases mental conditioning and rigid beliefs, creating space to put new insights into practice, bringing about emotional balance. I love that. It transforms a defensive or overly sensitive personality and releasing core fears and control mechanisms and integrating the shadow qualities. It's useful for groups. It brings harmony and solidarity of purpose, stimulating trust and companionship and encouraging interdependence. Sodalite clears, again, electromagnetic pollution and can be placed on computers. I think this is such a wonderful thing. I do. I love this. I love this stone. I think it's wonderful. And this is the other book that I use, The Encyclopedia of Crystals by Judy Hall. Highly recommend this book. I have a couple of copies of this. Can't get away from it. I know. I love it. I do recommend it to everyone. The other thing that I wanted to tell you is I am going to be pulling from 2 decks of cards today. I'm going to be pulling from Moonology, the Oracle cards, and the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck, so that we can get some advice for your individual monthly numerology. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to November. I'm really looking forward to revisiting this monthly numerology when we move into a 9-year and seeing what the difference is, what the vibration is going to be like, because with this month in particular, we have a lot of planets that are starting to move into into new signs. They're going direct. They're starting to go direct. Mercury's going retrograde. It's a lot of energy, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the numerology looks like for you in January under the different vibration of a 9-year. I know. So excited. All right, stick around. Let's see what your individual numerology is for your life path. And so we can get through the last of this 8-year. Hello, Life Path 5. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Life Path 5, October was probably a lot of changes for you, a lot of surprises, things just moving a little bit up and down, just like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen now? Really unpredictable. That's okay. That's okay, because November is a 6th month for you. November is going to be a time that you can really like focus on your family, your community, your home, your children, your spouse, even if they're fur children. You see this? Like just laying in the middle of my workspace, whatever. But November for you is a 6th month, so you really can you can really focus on being a counselor, being a teacher, speaking your truth, being compassionate to you and to others. The vibration here is harmony. The vibration here is as above, so below. So what you're putting out, you're receiving, essentially. Because it's what you're asking for from heaven, you're receiving it and you're putting it out there. In theory, that's the way it should be. But it goes the good and the bad there. So this is a very artistic time. This is a very creative time for you to get creative with how you are going to be generous and compassionate. This really is a time of harmony. This really is a time of balance. Harmony does not mean an overwhelming amount of happiness or an overwhelming amount of sadness. It's the balance between the two. It's the balance between the yin and the yang. So bringing that into perspective, make sure that you are being generous and compassionate with yourself as well as with others. Don't neglect the self in this little equation. Okay? I know that you will have a tendency to do that. In the 6th month, we all do Life Path 5. But this is important for you to remember. Okay? So the mantra of the 6 is, I am compassionate and generous, inspiring mutual love, respect, and truth. And that's exactly, I think, what we want to do during like a month that kicks off our like holiday or festive seasons here in the U.S., especially with Thanksgiving here. Inspire that mutual love and respect and truth for everyone. And you can be that beacon of light that people need here at Life Path 5. You really can. The lesson of the 6 is to be patient and accepting, and to speak the truth without judgment or a desire for a specific outcome. Now, when I say something like that, I mean, don't manipulate people. And it's interesting because I feel like this came up with someone, who is it? Oh, Life Path 2, who is in a 3-month. Speak your truth, but don't do it for personal gain, because that's called manipulation. When you're trying to manipulate someone into feeling a certain way. And we see that all the time, right? Hello, it's election year. So everybody's going crazy with trying to manipulate, right? Yeah. So the shadow effects of a 6, or the vibration of a 6, is learning to be alone without feeling lonely. Taking extra responsibility when it's not yours to take. Accepting yourself and other people with no judgments. Now, I say accepting of yourself because the thing is, the first person that we judge is ourselves. When we start judging ourselves so much, it overflows onto everyone else. So if we're not accepting of ourselves with no judgment, we're not going to be able to do that for anyone else. Just putting that into perspective. So just, again, let's step back from the judgy field and stop judging yourself so harshly, and you'll stop judging other people so harshly as well. That's the time to be compassionate and generous, not only to others, but to yourself. This is definitely a wonderful time for you to cultivate some really good family memories, some family time, just to like spend some time with like those that are closest to you, even if they have 4 legs. Right, Jasmine? I know. I got Jasmine, Mercury, and Mouse in the office with me today. I should have somebody that's a 5 with me, because you guys are very versatile and very adaptable, and you have to be around these animals. It's craziness. It's craziness. All right, let's see what kind of cards I get for you. What advice cards I get. I do feel like there was a lot that happened for you in October. And from where I'm sitting, October isn't over yet, but it's coming close. Just a few more days. I think this 6 vibration is going to be a nice little respite for you, Life Path 5. Aria Cura. I got to put my glasses on. Aria Cura, blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. Have patience with yourself and the process. I love this. You're just getting started. Hey, and bringing in a little sodalite is going to help too. Sorry, I listen to music in between my videos, in between filming, and I've still got the song stuck in my head. New moon in Sagittarius. Oh, that's a good thing because sun's moving into Sagittarius this month. Okay, come on, Cannon. Let's get focused. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Well, we're kicking off November with a new moon, so I can dig it. New moon, Sag. Okay, here we go. New moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. Well, that's fantastic news. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful you don't bet the farm on something here. Oh, well, okay. As the Wheel of Fortune is spinning, this card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up. If that's something you're working to achieve, I think that would be a good thing for you. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if it simply means widening your worldview. Count your blessings, literally. Write them down or say them out loud. Well, that is fantastic. It is. I'm excited for November for you, Life Path 5. It's gonna calm down just a little bit. We don't want it to be too boring, right? Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 5. Thank you so much for sticking around while I took my little sabbatical. I do appreciate your support on my channel. I really do. I hope you have a wonderful November. I am looking forward to 2025 with you. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.